name is Michael McGee from Odense Science Lab, and I'm here in Randers Regnskov, a rainforest zoo in western Denmark.
Leaf cutter ants. These are incredible little creatures found in the jungles of South America and Central America. They harvest leaves, not just any leaves, the best leaves, and they use their teeth to cut the leaves into bits, and they carry them up to 30 meters back to their nest. If it was a human doing the same work, you would be carrying 400 kilograms, 15 kilometers, multiple times a day. And they do this remarkable feat so that they can feed a fungus. The fungus can then break down the plant material and convert that into sugars that the ants then eat. But this is a mutual relationship. The fungus itself benefits from this. So the fungus and the ants are working together. It's a mutual relationship. They both benefit. The fungus gets fed, the fungus grows. The fungus also gets some antibacterial substances that the ants have inside them that they spit out onto the fungus, so they protect the fungus. What's particularly interesting is that if they give the fungus a bit of leaf that the fungus doesn't like, they can detect this and they don't bring any more of that leaf back to the fungus. So it's an incredible example of an ecosystem and how different species can live harmoniously. And it's just one aspect of the incredible complexity inside the jungle, because these are, well, yeah, the three species, the ants, the fungus, and the leaf, all interacting, but they're part of a larger network inside the jungle. And all of the species play an individual role. There's a careful balance in any ecosystem. And if you remove one species, no matter how insignificant we think that species is, it has knock-on effects throughout the entire chain. And so that's why it's important to protect every habitat, but also our rainforests. That's what the good people of Randers Regnskov are doing, because they use their profits to protect a part of the rainforest over in Ecuador. So I mentioned in a different video, part of this series, the one about naked mole rats, about eusociality. These ants are eusocial. That means that they are extremely social, in that every individual has a role in the colony. It starts off with the queen that sits on top of the colony. The queen is the only one that can produce offspring. And then there's a male that she would mate with. All the other workers, they have their roles. So you have your leaf cutters, you have your soldiers, you have the ones looking after the nest, the ones looking after the larvae, and they're all sterile, which means that they do not produce offspring. In evolutionary terms, survival of the fittest means to live long enough where you can produce offspring so that your genes survive on to the next generation. And through random mutation, some genes are more fit, better adapted for the environment, and some are weaker. So the ones that are more fit then get passed on to the next generation. So why then do these workers work very, very hard and not produce any offspring? That's because most of them are female. Most of them are sisters. The sisters share 75% of their genes. So if an individual has offspring, they only pass on 50% of their genes. Whereas these sisters share 75% of their genes. So if you look at it from the genetic point of view, it's in the sister's interest to help the queen produce more female sisters, and those genes get passed on to the next generation.